Hi, this is Matthew Skolch riding for Westby Racing. Thank you for watching our YouTube channel. Like and subscribe.
Strategy-wise, we'll talk about that here in just a second. The red flag clears, green means go. We're going to wait for these lights to go out, and Twins Cup hit the track. Their one and only race at Barber. Good run by those first couple of rows. A big jump back behind. Don't know who that was, but it was a massive wheelie. All right, Corey's going to the inside. He's trying to take the lead early. Look at the riders. I mean, there are 4 wide going into turn 2. So now we can talk strategies. You see Caleb DeCarroll trying to set up on the inside as they go down to 5. He wants to get out in front. He wants to check out. The weather here, 77 degrees, is pretty humid, different than it has been the past couple days. Strategy-wise, did you say anything to Corey? Because nobody can hear us now except for the riders can.
He wants to try to lead from the front. For Blake had a really strong warm-up. He's been pretty steady all weekend, and he knows that with the group of guys around him, if he's just in the race and focused and sharp, doesn't make silly moves or desperate maneuvers, he's going to be in pretty good shape for this championship.
Yeah, if he could just stay with this top 5, they're kind of separating himself, and that's just going to be in a pretty good spot, not get caught up in somebody else's mistake.
Focused on moving forward as much as you possibly can, because it keeps your focus on, just like practice, on what you're doing, and you don't make those silly mistakes of just giving it a little bit of time and then all of a sudden you rush the corner way too much.
And then you're further up the pack as well, so you don't have to worry about somebody dive bombing you from 3 or 4 spots back.
Yeah, this is a bit of a class of axe murderers, you know what I mean? So you want to keep yourself as close to the front as you can. It's the safest place to be on the racetrack.
Corey Ventura doing what he needs to do right now, sitting in the tracks of Caleb DeCarroll. Now it's his turn to go underneath and kind of test the waters. Caleb felt pretty comfortable being on the outside, but he gave up too much room on the inside.
Bit.
Yeah, he looked comfortable, but he was way too wide. Yep.
See if he can't check out these first couple laps, and he showed the pace and practice to be able to do it.
We've got a little bit of that unknown, though, too, with these guys being their only race. A couple of riders down on the track. We'll see if it's just going to be a local yellow or if they're going to have to make another adjustment on that. Still early in this race with Corey Ventura, Caleb DeCarroll, Ben Galati, Teague Hobbs, Blake Davis, your top 5. As it stands right now, you would have Blake Davis winning the championship, but a red flag has come out, and we kind of thought that when we saw the one rider down. So green, the red clears. All right, now let's look at the lights. Let's do this. 9-lap race. MotoAmerica Superbikes at Alabama, REV'IT Twins Cup. Corey with a good jump in second. Couple guys mid-pack, not getting that start.
Looked like Caleb got off the line a little bit better this time. Yep, leads it into turn 1.
Kind of like the same as the first start. See Dominic Doyle and Hayden Schwartz's start too. They got a little better start. You can see them trying to hang on to that top 5.
Get away from him, looking for that win here.
Dominic's been another one.
Look at this race for the lead.
Laps.
Corey Ventura comes into the back. You can see he just could not shut it down. You could see it coming a mile away. He was trying to make that pass, and you come in too hot. You have nowhere to go.
I don't know how Caleb stayed on track. It looked like he was going through the
he
gravel.
took a shot pretty good. So. But looks like he had felt like he got a good run in there. I know Caleb's been pretty strong there. When it looks like when Caleb started to turn in, he was trying to turn in that little bit and just couldn't quite get there.
I think Caleb turned in earlier than he thought.
Yeah, and Caleb did a good job of catching himself, taking that hit a little bit and managing to keep it on 2 wheels there.
He saw it getting back into the exhaust, even of that. I mean, there's a lot that could go wrong for this bike mechanically with a heavy contact. But Caleb DeCarroll, Blake Davis, Teague Hobbs, 1, 2, 3. Ben Galati back in 4th. Again, Blake Davis doesn't need to win this race. He'll win the championship if he finishes 2nd. He's got a 15-point advantage over 2nd place. Anthony Mazziato, who's back in 8th on that first lap.
Caleb going to take the most points.
Yeah, 25's what you get for first, 20 you get for second. So he's okay with Caleb winning this race. But I'm telling you, the 79 wants some of Blake Davis here, and the 72 of Ben Galati. So Teague Hobbs and the 79 Rovum Engineering bike, they're about to have a Yamaha sandwich, those two Aprilias. And you see, getting on that inside again, having to make some adjustments for the Rovum Engineering riders.
DeCarroll last lap, 29.4. That is a second quicker than the previous race lap record.
Caleb's getting himself into a good spot to just kind of ride around by himself, and Blake didn't quite have the pace that Caleb had, but he's putting in a good pace, and he's apparently strong in the right places because Ben's got some speed, keeps looking around him, but he's not really able to make something happen that he feels is comfortable with.
There's Dominic Doyle, the 25, was 7th the last time around. Brady keeps pulling up next to that Yamaha. That R7's got some power.
Blake has just been really good on the brakes this last half of the season and more aggressive. See now it goes a little bit wide. Seeing a few mistakes out of Blake now.
And the white bike again starting to get closer.
Breathe and not, really make those mistakes. I think being in front of that group, they're trying to pass him, just gives you more to think about now. He can just follow Teague and try to see if he can hold on to the end of the race.
It's been a learning process as the 21 goes off track. Jacob Crossman.
And we'll have to see if Jody can get up there and show him a wheel. How does he react to that? How does Blake react to that? Because he's been pretty calm-natured so far this year.
One rider down, not sure which turn that is.
Zach Thomas,
we got
24.
4. Blake Davis doing everything he needs to do with a 15-point advantage over Anthony Mazziato, a 17-point advantage over Jody Berry in the championship. And it was just a couple of years ago as the 290.
I think that might be where you crashed, Josh, possibly.
Maybe, huh? I'm struggling a little on some back shifts.
Yeah, it looks like he, I was going to say the same thing when he goes in the corner and grabs that gear. That I don't know if he's dumping the clutch too quick or if it's something else going on.
Dominic Doyle's been strong here as the years progressed, been faster and faster on the 25. Bart Kahn Racing entry, we saw him grow up with them through the juniors, now in the Twins Cup.
If he can just keep his head and his wits about him here, he is looking at a lap and a half away from his first national
It's going to be
championship.
the longest lap and a half of his
making
life.
moves even.
He wants to get on that podium. He says, forget just winning the championship. I want a podium appearance as well. And he's got second now in front of him. That could get sketchy, Raj. I mean, you're trying to win the championship, and these guys are trying to prove something at the last race.
Dominic runs in there on him.
That's a race I don't know that Blake really wants to get into. There's one thing that can lose him the championship, and that's a crash. Back at Teague Hobbs, third, Ben Glotty. There's Blake Davis with Dominic Doyle just behind.
This is kind of where Blake was the last lap, and after they got through that turn 5 area, Dominic making a move on Blake here. He really comes strong kind of down in that museum turn area.
Blake is really struggling in turn 2 with that back shift we're talking about, kind of going wide. Looks like he's going to try to make the pass back. It's part of the track where we talk about Blake being good.
I like seeing hungry.
You're a couple of turns away from winning a championship. Don't throw it away now. It's coming down. This is the final lap. Caleb DeCarroll coming down the straightaway, takes his first win of the year at the last.